When the babies were born, when I was in hospital, so when it was time to pay bills, he disappeared. Like he was not there for like 3 weeks. So the mom cleared the bills from hospital, and then all of a sudden he just appeared. The cousin called me and told me, by the way, there's something I heard. I heard that Joe had a wedding with a Black American. I was like, when? He said it has to be when the children were around months. And the pressure online of acting married. And now people were shocked. Even my close friend was shocked. So you mean you are not even engaged? You're not even married? You know. No, they are now really getting shocked. Huh?
And many know you by his name.
And now, many know me by his name, Divinah Joseph.
Hello and a warm welcome to LNS. My name is Lynn Ngugi now. I don't know what's more saddening, loving someone or being lied to by the person that you love most. My guest today, I was always waiting for her husband to come back home from America, only to find out that he had already married and moved on. You have always seen her in our social media platforms, and most of the time we had no idea what she was going through. She is about to let us in on her story and the couple of lessons that we are about to pick from that. But before I let her introduce herself, my people, you know, I gotta say thank you so much to Elegance Fashion for always coming through with this outfit. Si mara ya kwanza mnaona hii, I like just repeating a couple of fits that I love. So if you are able to get an outfit or two, please go check them out. And now without further ado, please allow me to let my guest today introduce herself. Good morning.
Good morning, Lynn. How are you?
I am good.
I'm good too.
Yes.
So my name is Divinah Nyangarisa, a mother of 5. An online Swahili teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
Divinah, before we go any further, thank you for being so strong.
Thank you too.
I know it's been months, it's been long, and today we finally get to sit here. And people know you as this mom with these amazing kids who is so strong, a go-getter. But deep down, you've been breaking and not many people knew. So thank you for being so brave.
Thank you.
And wanting to share this part of your story. But before we go deeper into the story, why did you want to share it in the first place?
I wanted to share so that it's like a load I'm carrying. You know, it's like living something that is not true. Many people, not just Kenyans, but the world, they were praying for him. Because I knew that is what he made me believe, that he had gone through a heart surgery and he was sick since the babies were born. So it's good that we thank you for the prayers.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good they know that he was not sick. Yes.
How are the babies?
The babies are okay. They are amazing.
Yeah.
You know, with children, they're just bubbly and very innocent. Yeah.
They keep asking you where dad is, or has it stopped a bit?
It has stopped. There's a time they really used to ask, and not all of them. He has seen them twice in 6.5 years. And the first time when they were born, and then now when they were like 4 years. So they really don't have that connection. But there's one particular child, Lisa, who really asks a lot. About daddy? Yes.
Okay, I want to get into this story because God, is it that it's the ones we love that end up hurting us the most, the people you trust? Would you say you trusted your husband fully?
I trusted him fully, and I think we kind of got disconnected because I was so busy with the babies. You know, sometimes I'm like, it's 3 days and we've not talked. You know, when the babies are young, it's a lot of work. You can easily even forget, you know. So we kind of got disconnected.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's something you mentioned to me when we were doing the pre-interview over the phone, that even when the babies were born, you saw something and you assumed.
Yes.
What was that?
when the babies were born, when I was in hospital, so when it was time to pay bills, he disappeared. Like he was not there. So I kept communicating with his mom. By the way, the mom rested, may she rest in peace. She was really there for me. Like she covered everything because she's the one who paid the bills. So we could ask, she could call me, and she was in Kisii, I'm in Nairobi. She could, have you heard from him? Have you heard from him? For like 3 weeks. So the mom cleared the bills from hospital, and then all of a sudden he just appeared. And it was like, oh, I was stressed. I took a hotel. I was just reflecting about everything.
Okay.
Yes, so it was a red flag, but you see that time, there's nothing much I can do. I have 4 young infants. What are you supposed to do? Even if it's a red flag? You just play along, yeah.
Okay. For the purpose of this conversation, the audience would want first to understand how you met this person, how this person came into your life to a point where he started telling you he has heart issues in the US, and how you finally found out that he's not sick, and all along he's been happily married to another person in America, and how you are coping right now.
I knew this, when was it? Okay, we met online. We met online in a dating site called Craigslist. Since time immemorial, I've not been an outdoor person. So that is why every time I fall in love online, you know, I've always been an indoor person. So we met online, and then we kept talking. We kept talking on, off. We talked actually for 1 year without seeing each other.
You were in Kenya? And
yes, in the US. So we were just talking. But he used to tell me he's going through a lot, but he couldn't just say what he was going through. So finally he came. So he came, we met. Actually, we went to see his mom. His mom was also ailing her then. The mom also used to live in America, but was now sickly at home.
So they have their roots in Kenya?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, and all was well. He visited my mom also. He came to my home once. And then after that, you know, when someone takes you to their home, you certainly, you know, that is final.
Yes.
But it's not. And then now the babies were born, and then now, you know, there are red flags you see, and you're like, no, I think things will get better with time. So even after the disappearance, you know, there was that reassurance, so he was stressed up, and that is okay. So I'm highly suspecting the marriage happened when the children were like months old, because that is when we disconnected. Because when he left when the children were 4 months, and he came back when they were 4.5 years. In between, it was, you know, when someone calls you when it's convenient. Like if you call, he will disconnect. So he will call you when he's free. But still, you know, with the quadruplets, especially when they are infants, you really don't follow up on many things.
Yeah.
You really don't follow up. Oh, why didn't you call? Actually, you are just stressed with the babies, you know. So my world was with the babies, you know. And I think somehow we disconnected. But now financial issues kicked in. Because now, like, oh, I don't have a job.
He would say that?
Yeah, he would tell me. And then all of a sudden, he would say, oh, I got attacked by... He could promise you. By the way, he's not a violent person. He's a very calm person. He's not violent. He will not shout at you. But he will tell you things he will not do. Like, oh, next week, I'm expecting some money. I'll send you. So you wait, nothing. And then when you start questioning, he disappears like 3 months. And then all of a sudden, he was like, oh, I'm admitted in hospital. I just go, I have heart issues, blah, blah. And it was really scaring. And the children were months old. So I was like, oh my goodness.
Wait, he brought up the heart issue when the kids were just months old.
Yes, yes. So, and then he said he was depressed. He just became depressed after the children were born. And I was like, maybe
it's affecting him.
Maybe it's affecting him. You know, people receive such news differently, especially men. So I thought maybe that's okay. Me, I believed that. So he started saying he's sick. And then now I got worried. I started telling my friends, my family, we need to pray for him, blah, blah. Then he could tell me, okay, I'm admitted in hospital. I could even ask the name of the hospital, and then I Google. You know, it's like, you know, the hospital has taken my phone. We are not allowed to communicate. So I'll be here for 3 months, so no communication. You see. So that time I was depending on well-wishers. I was depending largely on well-wishers. You know, someone could send me 10,000, 5,000, 500, you know. I really survived with well-wishers. But him also, once in a while, he could send me something. He could send 10,000, 20, like that. So it went on like that. He's sick. And then now it became so much. Till when the babies were like, was it 9 months? 9 months, I think. And then now I had rent arrears of 5 months. I had not paid rent for 5 months. And the landlord, you know, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't want to send me away.
Because of the babies.
Because of the babies. And that time now I'm not working. I'm not working because I'm now, you know, I'm now lactating fully. I'm not sleeping at night. So it's not even possible to work. So that time, so we had a conversation. And then the landlord told me, maybe what you can do, you can just organize yourself, and maybe it was an agent actually. He was like, you know, these houses, I'm just an agent, you know, but he was really human. So we made an agreement, I can just move out, and when I promised to pay when things get better. I moved out to my brother's house. My brother Jasper,
who is here
with me. So I moved he was living in Ngong that time. I moved to his house. My brother was living in a 1-bedroom house. Actually, he moved out. He was just staying with friends because the 1-bedroom was not even enough for us. Because I remember some children were sleeping in the living room and some in the bedroom, because you know, the 1-bedroom, the way they can be tiny. So, and my house items, we had to put them outside in some corner. We went and bought this black Manila paper, you know, those ones. Yes. And then we covered. My brother bought and covered with, so that, and actually a lot of things spoiled because of the rain, as much as they were covered, because I lived with my brother for 6 months. And all that time, I'm just hustling, you know. I don't want people to know, and especially my mom. You know, my mom is sickling. I don't want her to know. I don't want her to know that I'm going through something. In fact, I was quiet because of my mom, because she's been unwell for a while. So I don't want her to get stressed, you know. So anytime we are fine, we are fine. That is the time I could go in Facebook and post. I'm like, hey, you guys, today I don't have diapers. And you see, people could not understand why. You know, your husband is in America and you here asking for diapers. Like, nobody could clearly understand why. But I'm one person who takes time. You know, I give you benefit of doubt. I really take time, and of course me, I wanted it to work. You know, nobody goes into something
wanting it
to fail. No, I didn't want to fail. I really did want to fail, and I kept it a secret. Do you know, even my brother, I know he's here listening to me, he didn't know about everything till recently. Because he even asked me, what is happening? And I'm like, no, I'm just moving here. I don't know what I told him, but I didn't tell him what happened. But my brother was in the dark, and I'm living in his house. So I didn't share with anyone anything. No, even close. And that time I didn't even really have friends, because, you know, when you have small children, you kind of disconnect. The only friends you can keep are those ones who are maybe looking for you. Yeah, so after that, I stayed there. And then life went on, off. And then I think after 3 months, he came back. And then he started sending me something here and there. You know when someone manages you psychologically, like that, on, off. And then all of a sudden, he said he's been attacked. He's been shot, I think.
Oh, what?
It was like, here, Black Americans shot people. I was just going to the bank. I was shot and all the money was gone. And I'm really sorry. Oh, my goodness, So as time went by, so the babies were 4 years.
Yes.
That time when COVID had really hit. So he told me he doesn't have, his passport has already expired. But now I was really pressuring me, you need to come and see the children. It's been from the time they were 4 months, they are now 4.5 months.
4.5 years.
4.5 years. So he said his passport is expired, but I think he got a letter from, I don't know, the state, I don't know, a special letter to travel. So he came.
Okay. So
when he came, actually went with my brother to pick him, and he just had a small bag, like someone who is within Nairobi, just a small bag. And then he made the babies. We were happy, actually. We received him well. But I noted something when he was here. Like his phone, nobody was calling. For some reason, nobody was calling. Even at some point, I was like, you mean you don't even have friends? No, you know me, I don't like friends. He's a very private person.
Yeah.
You will not know anything about him. He's a very private person. Like nobody was calling at all. And he's one person who changes numbers. I think he cannot stay with a number for 3 months. That is, he will keep on changing. Every time he'll tell you, I changed that number. I changed that number. So, and the reason he was like, some people, some relatives, I didn't want them to know my number, and he warned me, even his own brother does not have his number. Because I remember telling, your brother was asking for your number, please don't give him. So when he came, I noted nobody is calling him. And when he could call, he could go like out and make calls on his own and come back. So after 3 weeks, it was like something has happened. There's some fraud that has happened to my accounts, and I've been summoned from the US to go back urgently.
So hold up, because this person has not seen his kids for like 4 years.
Yes.
He comes here
3 weeks
for 3 weeks, and he's already been summoned.
Yes. But before he came, he sent me 50,000, and he told me, I'm not going to buy, I don't know about baby stuff. That 50,000, buy clothes for the babies, and then you hide those clothes. Then when I come, they are the ones I will present. Actually, I went with my brother to shop.
Wow.
Yes. So 3 weeks, he's disturbed. He's like, no, I need to go back. He was saying some Nigerians and I think Indians, he mentioned, were involved in some fraud with his accounts. Money has been hacked. So everything, he cannot withdraw any money. He needs to go back urgently. Now the problem was he came with a one-way ticket, no return tickets. So he's like, I don't even have money to go back. You need to, please, can you help me get 100,000 to go back? Remember, I'm not working. So, najua mapenzi.
Yeah.
So mimi, there was a neighbor. I had some neighbors, Rwandese. Those Rwandese they were friends. Like they loved my babies. They could come. They were a couple. They could come, take videos, we were very close friends. So I was like, who am I going to ask money? So I was looking around. So those Rwandese, we had a story. When they came to Kenya, someone tried to con them, and I helped them. I connected them with some CID, a friend of mine who helped them. And when they wanted to pay me, I refused. I told them, it's okay, I've just helped you. So we kind of connected with them. So So me, I called them and talked to them, and I was like, hey, my husband has been summoned to go to the US because of his account has issues, and he does not have money to go back. Kindly lend me 100,000. That guy did not hesitate, but he said we need to talk, like the three of us.
Yes.
So he came. The guy came. The lady didn't come. We had a talk, and
you, the guy, and your husband.
Yes, we talked, and then he was like, no problem. And because he does not have M-Pesa, so money was sent into my phone, the 100,000. I remember I'm the one who paid for the flight. It was 75,000 one way, and then the balance, he took the balance, he changed into dollars, and then he went back. So when he went back, I'm still having financial issues, but I'm just trying to manage here and there, But now that place I was living, it was so strict. You have to pay rent by third. I had to move out. And I think I move a lot. I rarely stay in
one space
because of those. It was because of that reason. If I get place paying rent, very strict third, I could move out. So he went back, and then he said, you arrived well, blah, blah. And he updated me, told me all my money was stolen, so I'm just starting from zero.
Oh.
So we were just praying about it, about financial breakthrough,
Yes. And I want to hold on, allow me to go back. Because earlier he told you he has heart issues, right? So when he's here in the country...
He was okay.
What was he telling you about his medical condition? Did you ask?
Yes, I did ask. And he was like, I'm now feeling better. He told me he went through laser surgery, and he told me, it's something they do, I don't know, from the leg, but it's the heart. I don't know.
What?
It's a surgery, it's done like on the leg, but the target is the heart. I didn't even understand. Anyway, I didn't even go in deep. But when he was here, he was pretty much okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So he goes back. When he goes back, this place I was staying, I felt that time I had started teaching. That time I had started teaching online.
Yes.
It was, I was teaching in an international school, so we were working from home.
Yeah.
And then now, like kind of COVID was still going on, we were working from home.
Yeah.
So some of the foreigners, my students who had gone back to their country, reached me out to teach their children. Yes. So I started teaching. You see, at least I was getting now money. I was now, we could not sleep hungry. And now I reduced even borrowing money. I could borrow a lot, so that by the time he's even sending me money, I pay, like I'm paying debts. So at least things were not bad. When it was time for children to start school, I told him the children are starting school. It was like, here in America, children start school at 10 years. So I was even asking friends, do children start school over there when they are the age of 10? You see? And then it was too much. No, those are young children, you're stressing them. So I started doing homeschooling. I looked for syllabus for ECD, but I couldn't do it because I'm not trained. The early childhood, they have a special training. And so I tried teaching them, it couldn't work. And it's so hard to teach your children. So I had to get a teacher. The teacher actually was, I was paying her 10,000 a month. And she was amazing. We were even living together. I told her I will host you. We were living together, like we were like family. So that teacher continued, but they homeschooled almost for quite some time. I went to school, and the children started school. At least that school gave me a sibling discount of 2. I have my niece under my care. She is my responsibility as well. Yeah. So I was given a sibling discount of 2 children, so I was paying for 4. And then I think they kind of understood, but they didn't know. Okay, that time I'm portraying myself, I'm married, even the school documents actually. Even now they use the dad's name. That time now, the picture of him being not sick, I didn't know at all. Now as time went by, I'm having serious financial issues. But now the online Swahili classes are also coming in handy.
They are picking up.
You know, I could get a client, you know, these diplomats who come to Kenya, and now I'm marketing myself online. People are reaching me out. At least it was not when I was not doing, and that is why not doing anything. That is why as women, even if your husband is the president of I don't know where, just have your money. It came to a point where we really had a lot of arrears, and the school is really considerate. They didn't even send them home. It's only once. I remember it was lunch hour. The children came home. They were brought by the bus. But now the bad thing about it is they brought the 4 and the 2 remained in school. So, and then of course I was told it's school fees, but I talked to the school and they went back to school the following day. But now the children, they were, you know, the big girl was you know, she's still a young, she's 11, but she's still a baby. She told them, you know, you guys, you were sent home for school fees. It's not like you are going for a trip. You are not going for a trip. You were sent home. Us, we have scholarship. So they were asking me, how comes us we do not have scholarship? They don't even understand what is scholarship. Them, they knew they were going for a trip. That is why they came home early. Now I was like, hey, these children, you know, the 2 are sponsored and the 4, there's a problem. But now it's me. The school has done its best, actually. They went back the following day and I went to the school, actually. I was called for a meeting. I actually briefed one of the administrators of the school. I told them what has happened. By then now, I've been told what has happened because the cousin who lives in the US, I was borrowing him money. I texted him, I was like, we are so broke, Yani. We are so broke because Joe is sick, blah, blah. And he was like, it was, you know, when someone wants to tell you something, but they are hesitating. And he was like, you know, this is my cousin. And I was like, please tell me. He said, okay, let me call you tomorrow. So the cousin finally called me. And he was like, by the way, I'm not supposed to tell you this. I listened to an interview that Lynn did, and you mentioned about heart issues. I was like, I mean, he has never been sick. I've never had, because we live close to each other. He lives in New York and the cousin lives in New Jersey. Those places are like, I've never had. We normally have family meetings, but he never goes to those family meetings, but somehow they meet. It was like, he has never been sick. He went ahead and said, like, maybe flu, you know, but that's serious issues for heart surgery, no. Then now that really put me down. And I didn't want to ask, because I just didn't want to ask. Because, you know, when you really want to be with someone, there are things you can avoid asking just to keep because I just wanted to keep the relationship. I didn't want to cause problems. But I texted the sister. The sister also is there. And I told her to call me. I have an issue. The sister is very nice. Very nice. Like, she was just being she just put herself in my shoes. And all the time, the sister is aware. When he goes missing, I normally tell the sister, by the way, when it's like 3 weeks, 1 month, by the way, it's 1 month, I've never heard from Joe. I hope he's well. He's like, what do you mean? Then he's like, you know, the number I had, it changed. Can you give me his new number? The sister is really concerned. Calls, it was like, all my calls have been unanswered. We hope he's well. And the sister is like, in case of anything that if there's anything bad that has happened, definitely I could be the first person to be told, because we live, is also in the US. So the sister, we kind of, like, the sister understand this journey, since actually she's the only person I talk to that family, and she's the only person who knows everything. So I called her. She called me, and then I told her, we are having financial issues, and Joe is not working. He's sick, because I heard he's not sick. Someone told me, and she was like, those sickness, even me, I've never had. She told me it's one time he slid in the bathroom and he hurt his leg. So even the sickness, she was like, I'm not aware of those sickness. She was like, I also listened to that interview. I was like, I've never heard about it. So he was like, okay, we continue praying. She's very prayerful. She was like, we continue praying. We are hoping things go on well. So that was our conversation. And then now this guy, I called another guy, a very close friend, very, very close friend of now Joe. And then for some reason, the guy could not pick my calls. I texted him several times, but finally he called me. And then I was trying to do a bit of interrogation, like, could you be knowing that Joe went back and married? A bro code. That guy was like, no, Joe cannot do such a thing. He cannot do. Everything is fine. He lost his phone. He lost his phone. Here in America, when you lose a phone, it's a process, getting another one, registering lights. He was really protecting. He didn't tell me anything. Time to time, I could ask that guy, by the way, so those are the two guys normally I could call, the best friend and the sister. But the sister, somehow I did not know. But the friend definitely knew, but he was hiding. Every time, no, he's okay. Another time he told me he went to another state to work. They are not allowed to use phones. Another time, he's admitted in hospital, At some point, I stopped calling the friend. So finally, I'm still in communication with the cousin. I really want to, now I'm really interested, because I see now things are not adding up. Because now, since the kids started school, he sent me like only 20,000. And some at that time now he has stopped calling. Now that time he's not calling completely. But I could email. If I show you the emails I have of, the way you beg someone to do something, please, can you pay for us? And please, can you pay, till you feel like you're disgracing yourself. Have you ever checked your messages you write when you're mad and you feel like, oh my goodness, nilijidharau hapa, nilijiangusha sana. That time I've written emails.
Why are you writing emails though?
I'm writing emails because I cannot get him
on phone.
Like his WhatsApp, when you text, you can see clearly it's not read. And it's not read at all. So one time, I emailed him. And before that email, the cousin called me and told me, by the way, there's something I heard. I heard that Joe had a wedding with a Black American. I was like, when? He said it has to be when the children were around months. And another mutual friend. I was like, though I'm not so sure about it. And then he asked me, do you have his social security number so that we can check? I was like, no, I don't have. The only thing he left in Kenya was his identity card and driving license. And by the way, if you come to my place, there's no trace of a man's clothes. I live with my brother, maybe my brother's clothes. He could come with a few clothes. Those ones he leaves, he will tell you to give out. You will not see a trace of a man's clothes. So So, and then I texted the sister again, and I was really feeling I'm really bothering her. You know, I'm trying to keep a good relationship because she's the only person I can cry to. And I was like, I need to talk to the sister. The sister is like, even me, I heard the way you've heard. You are not invited and we are not aware. So I was now telling the sister, you know, the children are not going to school. Now that is what I'm saying, though the children are in school, but the children are not going to school, blah, blah. You know what the sister told me? My brother is a pathological liar. I think we jipange tu. I think that time, that is when it really hit me. It really hit me so bad because remember the 100,000 I borrowed?
Yes.
That money was not paid. I was actually taken to the CID. One day I got a call.
By the Rwandese?
Yes. We are now friends, Mbaka, and friendship is we are no longer friends. And deep down I'm feeling guilty, like those people were nice people. It's me who messed up the friendship. Because that guy one time told me, this guy has told me he's not going to pay, he has millions. I don't know why I'm following 100,000.
No, your husband told him that.
Yes. So, you know, that time we had to make an agreement, how to pay the money. And then, of course, I pay the money. But now, another thing that happened that really heartbroke me was the CID was a former neighbor. And the wife was my best friend. So when the husband was telling me, you borrowed money for your husband to go back to America, 100,000, and now you people are not picking call, blah, blah. You need to pay that money in three days.
Oh.
I disconnected the call. You know, I just wanted to think what to say. I disconnected the call. So the wife calls immediately. You know, this is my friend. And I thought, she told me, so your husband came to Kenya with no money and you are borrowing that money. Pay that money. You people ate the money together. The money was sent in your phone. I was like, oh my goodness, this is my friend. You know, that person you're supposed to call and tell ABCD. Anyway, back to my now sister-in-law, my ex-sister-in-law. So she's really disappointed about everything. She's like, oh, we have blah, blah. And then I was like, okay, it's okay. And then I told her my plans. I'm moving to a cheaper house. I'm changing children's school. She was like, that's fine. So I moved to another house, a very small house. But you've not come there. But now it was manageable. You know, I don't have to have expectations. You know, when you depending on someone, maybe.
You have a few expectations.
Yes. So I moved to just a small house, and then now friends came in. My close friends now knew what I'm going through. You know, I had now to share. Now I started sharing. You know, by the way, me, I've never been engaged, I've never been married, and this is what is going on. I'm paying my rent. Money is once in a while. He sends money once in a while. And then my friend, that friend of mine, the particular one, her name is Damatli. Her husband is in abroad as well. So she started inquiring some things for me and was like, no. 6 years without a job and blah, blah, sickness, it's not adding up. Now she really pushed me actually to look for a house. We were looking for houses and I was like, hey, this house is so tiny. She was like, you need a house you can pay. She just started putting sense into me. We got a house, we moved in. When we moved in, now the babies are like, where is upstairs, you know? Where is upstairs? And then, of course, the big girl. But the children, the young ones, they really adapt very fast. And then everything. And actually, I love the place more because we live there on our own. It's safe for them. And then we have a garden, you know. I planted vegetables, blah, blah. But now it's like I really got depressed. Really, actually, there was a day I was suicidal. I took the children to school. And then when I was outside the school compound, I just sat somewhere and cried really good, you know. Now I really cried, and I called, when I cried, I called the friend, Damaklin, and I told her, I cried crying. I told Damaklin, me, I just want to die. I don't want, this guy cannot do this to me, blah, blah, you know. Dama was like, where are you? I'm coming right now. We don't live far from each other, even from the school. She came. We had a talk, she was, you know, when you're stressed up, someone is talking to you, but you're like, inaingia tu ikitoka. And then I posted in Facebook. I said, sometimes I feel, the post was, sometimes I wish to wake up. I don't wish to wake up. I wish to sleep and just sleep. It's only because of the babies. So there are people who saw the posts, like there's a friend of mine called Ann Mwendo, the CEO of Onila Baby Shop. She called me immediately. And she told me, Divinah, what's going on? I was like, I was crying. That time I'm still crying. We are still there at the same spot. She was like, okay. She lives in Utawala. She was like, I'm coming right there. But first of all, delete that post. I was like, why should I delete the posts? No, please delete the posts. I was, okay. As she was driving, coming, I think she's checking. The post is still there. And within 5 minutes, it's almost 1,000 comments, you know. Those were you know, oh, what is going on? Are you okay? She was like, please delete the post. I'm even parked somewhere. Delete that post. We don't want things to go.
To escalate.
Yes. I deleted the post, but I'm like, why am I even deleting the posts? She came. We actually went to Dama's house with her. We went together and we had a talk. But you know, all that time I'm on my own. Like they are talking, but I'm not there. Me, I'm now I'm having a strategy how to just kill myself. And I'm like, oh, these babies, where will they go? And at some point I was like, you know, it's easier to kill one child. Now all these children, now will you even strangle them? You know, I'm having really bad thoughts. We had a talk, and she was like, we are there for you. And other friends now came. I have a group of friends. There are many, I can't mention, the likes of Mama Ebi, Mora, there's Doreen, Pauline, there are so many. They came to visit me now. That weekend, they came. They shopped foodstuffs, we cooked, you know, we had music, we played music, you know, they are managing me, but I'm just like a zombie. And they kept calling me. They were really calling me like every time. They're telling me, no, you're not the first person to be heartbroken. And that time, they're even supporting me financially. So I'm feeling better. They are just telling me, just forget about this guy.
And at this time when they are coming, because you've spoken to the cousin, the sister-in-law, have you found time to talk to him, and has he replied?
That time he's now offline. You know, he changes numbers. Even my brother is here, I can tell you, he changes numbers. So that time he's not talking. So that time I emailed him. I told him, I think I've been begging you enough for school fees, blah, blah. So I think I need to go to the American, did I say American Embassy? So that the American Embassy can clearly say if you've been sick, and if I need to give my statements that I've been footing bills alone, so that I just need child support. He replied to that email. He told me, so you want me to deported? So you want me to be deported, so? And I was like, no, I don't want you to be deported. I just need you to help me with child support. He was like, I have COVID. I don't know, I'm in quarantine, blah, blah. You know, he's now has COVID. I'm in quarantine. Now I'm coming back to my senses. But when he's telling me he has COVID now, I don't really have any remorse left now. You know, I've been overstretched. You know, we're talking about 6.5 years. Now that time, he was like, you're not even saying sorry. And actually when I made a post, that week I made a post in Facebook. And I said, by the way, I'm a single mother and I raise my children alone. So don't tag me with those Divinah Joseph names. You know, when you're mad, you just go in Facebook and you vent there. You don't even care what people will even say. And that screenshot went to all gossip groups, I think. And people were like, oh my goodness, like how? You know, people think people with quadruplets will not break up. Like people would prefer maybe someone who has one child to break up considered the other one. So it was all, and of course in everything you'll not miss negativity.
Yes.
Of course there are those ones who will talk badly. And at that time my close friends are really like, Divinah, deactivate your account. We don't want to see you online because the things you are posting, we are not happy. I went offline for a while. Was really offline. And you know, I do this posting for people, especially those with cancer, they get support.
Yes.
And now those cancer patients are really depending on me. You know, I don't have money to give them, but when I post, people help them.
Because your group is big.
Yes, yes. So that time, even the cancer patients are like, oh, we are missing chemos, you know, we were depending on your platform. So that time I'm just off completely. Like my friends are on my neck, you know. Like my friend called Mara, she could call me every day. Like Dama could come to the house every time. Pauline, they are just there for every time they are telling me, no, we don't want to see you in Facebook posting anything, because now this story has gone to the gossip groups. So we went on like that. We kept on, you know, I could be like 2 weeks, I email him and I'm like, I tell them, no, I'm not going to email him. They tell me, don't email him anything, just keep quiet. But silently, I email. And then when I email, you know, those things that touch him, like American Embassy, those ones are the ones. He responds like, no, I will not leave my children. I will always support them. But I'm asking, where is that support? The children are not even going to school. Where is the support? And then about the marriage, I asked him. He said, oh, that is a fake marriage. You don't know about America. It's a fake marriage to get papers. Wow. So I'm like, he went to the States 1989. He has never gotten papers. No, this is a fake marriage. Give me 3 to 4 years, I divorce, and then I can come, we get married. Now he's really managing me, you know. But still now I've run out of patience. Like right now I don't have any love left. I've been overstretched. Like I don't.
And he has already confirmed the worst.
Yes, he confirmed. I was like, I wish he told me it's not even true. But he was like, who told you that? Who told you that? And he was really suspecting the friend. Now another issue I'm having is the children. You know, he has now stopped calling them. They're asking, why is daddy not calling? Why is daddy not coming? You know. And there is one particular child, Lisa and Lara. They could ask, and Lisa is very observant. And Lisa, sijui nitasema ni mdako, yani Lisa can hear conversations and
analyze them.
Yes. And analyze them, because Lisa is the one who noted I'm stressed. There's a day they were crying, and I told them, why are you crying? Have you ever seen mommy crying? Lisa was like, hey, mommy, si unalia. Nilikuona. I was like, oh. I told myself I will never cry to the extent that the kids can see. That time, even my brother here does not know what is going on. He doesn't know what's going on. But my sister knows everything. My sister, the mother to the child I live with, my sister knows everything. I could share. Now, someone, when I wrote in Facebook, I'm a single mother, someone who knows my mom called my mom and told her, My mom actually came to Nairobi from Kisii. We talked and was like, actually she talked to my two sisters. And, my sisters were managing her. They were like, Divinah sometimes posts things that are not true. Facebook, sometimes people write things that are not true. And then my mom called me and she was like, I was like, Mom, I just posted, it was not true. And she was like, give me his number. I want to call him. Because the number I have is not going through. So I was like, Mom, just relax. Everything's okay. My mom comes to Nairobi. So my mom really wants to talk to him. He's in the house. He's not leaving for up country. He wants to talk to him. And then I had no option, but I gave out the number. We called using WhatsApp and he received the call. Hi, Mommy, how are you? Like I told you, he's a very calm person. He was like, how are you? Oh, I'm so happy you come to Nairobi to see the granddaughters, blah, blah. And he was like, when are you leaving? I need to send you some money. I'll send you 10,000 shillings for your transport back. But deep down, I knew that one is not happening. So my mom is expecting money. Unajua mama wenye wanapenda pesa. My mom is expecting money, nothing. So I sorted my mom. My mom went back.
Your mom did not ask him the questions?
No, my mom did not ask.
Yes.
Us, I don't know if it's only in Kisii, a mother-in-law and a son-in-law, there's some respect. There are things you're not supposed to ask. You can ask maybe through another person. There is that boundary. And my mom is that mom who believes in that. So he did not ask anything. But my mom was part of the people who was really praying for him. But I don't want to tell my mom thing. Like, I'm not really out. But I told Mom, just go back, blah, blah. Did he send money? I was like, no, but he will send. So my mom goes back feeling relieved. And then now, time went by. My mom is like, how is so-and-so? So I opened up. I told Mom, by the way, Mom, we are not together. I think that was the worst news for my mother. Even now, she's very sick because of that. She could not believe it, and it's not something she was prepared for, and it's not something she wants, My mom got really stressed. She could call me every day. Has so-and-so called? At some point, I told Mom, he's not supposed to call. Because even if he calls, I'm not interested. Mom, you need to know that this is over. Like, no. My mom is like, no. Have you talked to the sisters? So, my mom with time, my mom up to now,
she's still in denial.
Like she doesn't want, like, no, he's a good, I was like, Mom, yes, so it came to a point I told Mom, yes, he's a good person, but he's married to another woman. My mom is now like, no, they're accusing him. I was like, Mom, I know, he's married. So my mom is just living in denial up to date. Hakuna.
What part about it hurts most?
What hurts most is the fact that he's not supporting the children. For me right now, I really don't care about love. I need money to cater for these children are very expensive. That is what. And what hurts most is in a developing country, not like here. And another thing that hurts me is at some point I was sending him money. In fact, even my brother was so shocked. He could manage me. Oh, I'm very sick. In fact, I don't even have money, blah, blah. Look for me 20,000 or 10,000, and I could even borrow money. I borrow money
and send it.
And send
it.
And go and send him money once in a while, not always, once in a while, and send the money. So I went back to the cousin and asked, and by the way, are you able to talk to him? so that he can support the kids. At least it's over. I know it's over. I've accepted it's over. But he can support the kids. He told me this. This now made me now withdraw. He told me this, I'm suspecting they have a shared account. So as much as he could want to support, that because the woman does not know about me, he will be deported. So that is why he's telling you to give him 4 years to divorce or something, but sending money unless he finds someone to send you money. After that, I think, and I gave up. I made peace with myself, And I said, maybe, sometimes you tell yourself, maybe you're not lucky. You're not lucky. But now I have my friends, that clique of friends. They're not allowing me to be stressed. They are there. Can we come? They come take me out. They're really now. I'm actually even forgetting. There's another one even called Josephine. Like they always come, we go somewhere, They're really on my case because they know now my thoughts are really evil.
Yes.
They could check to me. They are communicating with my house help.
Just to check if
you're okay. On me. And I think I didn't go for therapy, like
Why?
A professional therapy.
Why?
I didn't go because I felt this is something that has happened for years. It's not something that started recently.
You saw
I saw the red flags, But one thing with me, I don't know, maybe most women. One thing with me, when I love someone and you come telling me evil, something negative about them.
You don't believe them.
I don't believe. In fact, I will hate you. I can even block you because what are you telling me? I remember we had a WhatsApp group of multiple parents, people with multiples. That group had a counselor called Goretti. Goretti, we could talk. Like since the children, sometimes I could really wear out and then I reach out to Goretti. Goretti she's a real counselor. She will tell, oh, Divinah, by the way, you're amazing. You're doing an amazing. She will really flatter you with all those. You will forget your problems. And then one time she asked me, this guy is not married. I was like, not married. No, he cannot marry. Like how? So later on is when I'm like, I think Goretti was right. And at some point I avoided her.
I knew that was coming. Because we wanna avoid people who are telling us the truth at all costs.
Yes, I was this guy. And Goretti was like, why can't he invite you to visit
even the
him?
kids?
Why can't he invite you to visit him because he's sick, you help around, But that part I don't want to hear. At some point I'm avoiding her. I'm avoiding her. We are even disconnecting. But now after everything is when you go back and ask yourself, because even my mom was really concerned. My mom is asking me about formalizing, like
mtu akuji nyumbani.
My mom is telling me, huyu boyfriend yako alikuja once. We've never seen him. And when he came to Kenya, he didn't even go to see my mom or anything. He didn't even meet his brother, leave alone my mom. My mom is very far. My mom is now pressurizing me. When are you guys formalizing? As a parent. I'm like, Mom, the kids are still young. My mom is like, you don't have to do a big wedding. You just need to go to. But I don't know that this guy, that time I think the children were months has married over there and he does not have that certificate of being allowed to marry. So my mom is on my neck. But I'm managing. I'm telling Mom I'm okay. No, he's okay. He doesn't have a problem. But now when all these things happen is when now you go back. Now you start collecting thoughts. And it reached to a point now, when you make peace with yourself, you're like, no. I think, what I told myself? Even if he went there and married, and he's supporting the kids, I could just be alone because I really need the financial support. Like I could just lower my pride but because now there is no support, and the other woman is also innocent, doesn't know about me. She doesn't know about me. And I'm here. I feel like I blame myself a lot, a big part. Because even when he came to Kenya, there are some pictures I took with him, with the babies, and they told me, please don't post those pictures on Facebook. And I was like, why? He was like, you know, I'm not a social media person. I just don't like. But you can post with the kids, I have no problem, you know. But my pictures, please don't post them. You know now, why am I not allowed to post photos? And when he was leaving, he asked for my phone because he could use my phone. He deleted all the photos we had with him. And then I'm like, I did something. I don't know what I did.
Oh my God.
I don't know what I did. They deleted by mistake. He's gone, even the backup. All the photos are deleted. You see, so tuseme nililalia masikio sana. But everything comes as a lesson. It comes as a big lesson. Right now, I'm very sensitive with anything around me, anyone around me. Like, I'm seeing everything now as a red flag, even normal friendship. Yeah.
Even normal friendship.
Even normal friendship, yeah. And another thing I've noted is majority of these men in abroad, they can live a double life. Someone is maybe planning to marry over there. They come for a vacation. You know, we are now like vacation brides, you know. They come here, they promise you how they will marry you, blah, blah. But they have another life over there, which sometimes it's hard to know.
I can only imagine. And also, because you are such a huge social media influencer.
Yes.
And also, you know, you are such an amazing online Swahili coach. So you have this business, you're also trying to portray an image out there. Do you think the pressure for you to act married and see if you're in a good family was there?
Yes, it was there. The pressure was real because I'm those people who could post marriage works, you know. When someone says long distance marriage is a scam, I'm there defending.
Yes.
I'm there like, no. Hey, mine is working perfectly, you know. I'm basically living a lie because there's a way I want to portray. Of course, me, I love marriage. Me, I would love to be in a marriage. If I'm told to choose between being single and married, I would prefer this because I feel it's a fine space. But now, at this point, I think your mental health is first. Yes, you don't have to be where you're not needed. You don't have to be a table where you're not being served.
Yeah, go out and come up with your own table.
Yes, and it's also an eye-opener to many women. Sometimes there are things you ignore. You know, there are things like right now, if someone calls me like twice, I don't pick, and then they come back saying, oh, I called you, where that one? Because if you call someone, at least call someone once or twice and they can call back, you know. You know, those are the things I went through. That time we were in communication at some point. Sometimes he could even send the house help at 3 a.m. One day, he called the house help at 3 a.m. Tell Divinah to pick my calls. I'm like, really? So, you know, there are some things now I'm really on the lookout. And the pressure online of acting married. And now people are shocked. Even my close friend was shocked. So you mean you are not even engaged? You're not even married? You know. No, they are now really getting shocked. Huh?
And many know you by his name.
And now, many know me by his name, Divinah Joseph. And now you'll meet just a fan, like, hey, Divinah Joseph, how are you? I'm like, oh, I'm good, Nini. Or they tag me in a comment, Divinah Joseph. Sometimes I just, when I'm in a bad mood, I told you, my name is Divinah, online Swahili teacher. And that comment would have like 1,000 likes, people following, you know. When what happened, you know, even that comment can be uplifted from there to be taken to other groups. But I've learned to accept the things the way they are.
Yeah.
Like now I feel like I don't have anything against him. Maybe he was in a situation that he wasn't able to pull himself out. And again,
I feel no one deserves to lie to another person.
yes, and
Regardless of the situation, even if things are tough, I think honesty is still the best policy.
Yes. Even when he came back, you know, at some point he was apologizing, but he's not accepting he was not sick. But I'm now telling him to send me documents. If all these things are not true, send me documents.
Because I remember when I asked you, how do you co-parent in a long distance? You told me, he mentioned sometimes it's very hard for him to fly because of the air.
Yes, because of restrictions, because he's sick. Now at some point I want proof. Okay, these people are accusing you. Can you send me proof of
course, I don't think there is any though.
Proof of medication.
I mean, heart issues are not things, especially surgeries to restrictions where you can't fly, to travel. I don't think they are just things. It's not a normal headache.
I'm now asking for confirmation. Can you? Okay, they are accusing you. You know, he's insisting they're accusing. They're accusing. But the marriage thing, because I've told him I'm going to the embassy, blah blah, to find out. That one he has accepted, and he said, oh, I did this because I saw the babies are growing. I need to bring them over here. So the shortcut is getting married to an American. And I'm like, he went to the US 1989. But now at this point, we are not even in the same book.
Kabisa.
At all. We are not like now I'm not even interested in anything. And this is someone I loved. This is someone, and you know, when you love someone, by the way, me, I love like nile kupenda ya ujinga. When I love someone, I know he's my person. That is all.
Forever and ever.
Don't talk anything about my issue. Even if there are issues, I don't share. Like telling anyone. I will act good even if we fought last night. I will just act good. I will protect the person I love.
Looking back, do you think that's a good idea now to perfect something that's not there?
I think it's not a good idea. And I think you need to talk to people, maybe professionals. You just need to share because, and you need to listen to people. You know me, I didn't listen to anyone. You need to listen to people. When there are red flags, and at least have people you trust. You know, this one I kept to myself. In 6.5 years, if I can count the money he sent me, it's not more than 100,000. You know, once in a blue moon when I'm ready on his neck. Once in a blue moon. And you know, these are expensive children. Asubuhi ni mikate 3. You know, they are not cheap children. And you know, children are innocent. They want this, they want this.
And you can't deny them bread.
And you can't deny. There are things like food.
You can't be near them.
You can't be near them. And my children have appetite because, you know, there are multiple children. Majority of multiple children, not like these. Mtoto mmoja. They are not like singletons.
Yeah.
These ones.
They are.
These ones, if you don't eat, if I put 10 pieces of bread on the table, and the one refuses to eat, the other ones will clear.
Yes.
And she will feel jealous.
Yes.
So the manner in which they eat like a competition. They have very good appetite, and I thank God for that.
Good.
Yes.
I mean, given that you are very known socially, what would you say gave you the strength to come out? Because other people would be like, I can't go, it's shameful. But for you, what finally gave you the strength to be the one owning your own story?
What came out, what made me to come out was actually the circle of friends who were supporting me. They told me, Divinah, we don't want to hear in any interview saying you're married.
What is your name?
They gave me pressure. They told me, like Mora, she's called Leah. She told me, you're not married. Where's your ring? When did you do your ration? That guy is married. So why you all of us saying you're married? So they kind of gave me pressure. We don't want to hear you. In fact, we will say you're not married.
Yes. And I think the most important thing about owning your story is no one now gets to dictate how it goes for you.
So that is when now I went out there, now and now another funny thing, I have people in my messenger inbox crying to me like, oh, Divinah, I'm a mother of one, single mother. My husband has done this. I feel like committing suicide. I'm like, this one, does she know what I'm going through? Like, really? Now, I'm encouraging them. I'm telling you, even me, I'm single. And they're like, hiya. They even now, it's now like, they even feeling me. They're now no longer getting like depressed. I'm telling them, even me, I'm like that. Yes, because we need, as women, we need to be financially empowered. We need to hustle. We need to live within our means. We need to be there for our children, and I think nobody should say ati umezalia mtu, umejizalia tu wewe mwenyewe. Yes.
Divinah, I want to wind up, but I also, for me, I think, especially right now, since you are going through a couple of things, if there's anything we can't take away from you, it's your online Swahili coaching ability. So even for people who are watching and they would still be interested in your craft, because then that we can't take away from you. You would tell us where they can find you, but Joseph will watch this eventually.
Definitely.
He will watch this, and he will also, want to say 1, 2, 3. What would you want him to know?
I want him to, first of all, I'm just grateful that I have beautiful children, because those children, as much as I really can't say I regret for ignoring the red flag, because those children, they make me happy. And I thank God for them. They just make me happy. And these children have made me to work hard even more. That one, I give him credit. Another thing is, I'm not here for child support, because I know I've pursued that for long. I'm not here for child support. And it's not good to force someone to support but
their own children.
Their own children. It's draining following up someone. It's really draining. So I want him to know that, it's good to be honest. He told me I want him deported. No, that is not my intention. I wouldn't want him to be deported, because I just don't want him to be deported, and I don't want him to divorce.
Yes.
So that to come and formalize.
Yes.
For me, I think I've moved on.
Yeah.
Like right now, I don't have any single feeling apart maybe from respecting him as the father of my children.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think online dating is dangerous, especially Craigslist? Because I've heard some few things here about Craigslist. Do you think it's dangerous? Or you love who you love?
I think what I can say, it is, you can meet someone in church who will end up killing you. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where you meet someone. It's just an individual. I have friends who met online and they have amazing marriages. So it's kind of luck. You can fall
for the wrong
one or the right one. In every separation, in every breakup, in every divorce, we should have that one strong parent. At least don't be weak, all of you.
Yes.
One has to be there to step up. Don't mind if the other one, you will catch up. He or she will catch up when he feels like, but be that one supporting parent. Don't say that, oh, this one is not doing this, I will not do this on my own. One parent has to be strong for the children, because these children are very innocent, by the way, and they have a right to good education. They have a right to shelter. Them, they are just innocent. So one has to be that strong person and step in. Even if it means stepping in, you have to do something extra to provide for them. You have to do it. And again, it's good to talk to people, talk to professionals, because this keeping quiet, I think, can really because me, I
can
was
kill you on the inside.
It can kill me because me, I was dying inside.
Yeah.
Out there, people know I'm happy. Out there, people know I'm the strongest person. Even people could come crying to me how their husband are mistreating them, and then, you know, I'm all there preaching marriage works, you know, but I'm living a lie. So it's good to be true.
Yeah. Do you think you took enough time to know your person?
I think I didn't take enough time because we dated online for a year. For a year. In that year, it was not like we were not communicating throughout. So, and when he came, we moved together immediately. You know, I mean, like a kwao, you know what, you know. I think it's good to really take time, because if I could have insisting on maybe formalizing the marriage, and if maybe she had a fiancé,
he had a fiancé.
He had a fiancé. Okay, if I could have really insisted, maybe it could have worked. I don't know. But it's good to take your time
before you know someone.
Just take your time
before you move in.
Not everyone who says they love you, they mean it. Yeah.
Have you forgiven yourself, or you're still beating yourself up?
Me, I'm actually feeling silly.
Oh.
I'm like, you know, and you know, nowadays we laugh about it.
Yes.
My brother just moved in just to help me, you know, because me and my brother, we are very close in Jasper, we can laugh. You know, my brother is like, you mean you were sending him money? And we laugh about it. And then we are like,
no, so right now,
we're like,
how are we?
You mean you were sending him money? You know, you mean, and my brother was like, you lived with me for 6 months and you didn't tell me.
Yes.
He loves saying that. So right now we are just laughing about it. You know, things are now very calm. There was a time I could not even utter a word without crying. I would cry, I would curse myself. But, you know, above all, I love my children. I really adore them.
Yes.
And I feel they were not a mistake. And I wouldn't trade anything for them.
What would you want them to know?
I want them to know that I will give them the best. I will try, give them the best. And when they are of age, they will decide. They will decide. They will just decide for themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. And I like that you've said, you know, of course, these issues are between you and their father.
Yeah.
But I also think that your children deserve to have a very good life. They deserve to be accorded great education. They don't deserve to go missing a meal. So I can only hope also as he watches this, he also gets to understand that there are responsibilities, not to you, but to his children too. So I know you said you don't want child support and stuff, but then again, your kids deserve to go to school and they deserve to live a good life. So I hope that is something that you guys can work together and, you know, just come up with a system that allows these kids to grow up feeling supported. Because, man, you've done a lot. Your story broke the internet. I mean, if people talk about quadruplets, they can't talk about quadruplets without Divinah. If people now I get it, when people are talking about marriages, and it's also good to for people to understand marriages work, because marriages work, but also marriages is work. So we cannot expect marriages to work if we are not putting in the work in the marriage. So you know, also that whole perception of people would see you and they think you're happily married, raising a beautiful family. Don't also let someone take that away from you. You're also deserving of a second chance in love.
True.
So don't block the doors. Of course, right now it's a bit early, but also keep the doors open.
True.
But most importantly, no one deserves to be lied to.
Nobody.
It's no one deserves, no matter how bad things were for him. I think him making you take loans on his behalf, raise the kids by yourself. And I also know you are protecting a lot even right now in this interview. So understand that you are also human and forgive yourself. Good to feel silly, but also forgive yourself. As we wind up, what would be your parting shot to our audience, and where can people also find you?
Okay, people can find me on Facebook, Divinah Swahili Teacher.
Yes.
LinkedIn. I'm very active in LinkedIn because that is where I get quality clients. You know, these people who learn Swahili, most of them are not in Facebook.
Yes.
Mostly LinkedIn, Divinah Nyangarisa. I use my official names.
Okay.
Twitter, online Swahili teacher. TikTok, online Swahili teacher. So they can always find me. My email, Divinah with an R, ogari@gmail.com.
Okay.
My number, +254 725 646 544. So in case there is any diplomat, any foreigner, Kenyans, and by the way, I want to appreciate diaspora people, Kenyans abroad, Kenyans in Australia, Kenyans in America, in London. They are enrolling their children, and I think they are the reason why I'm able even to put food on the table. And that is all I need. And I really appreciate them. Continue. And I will also not disappoint you. Yes.
Good job. What would be your parting shot to our audience?
My parting shot is not all is lost. You know, like if you're not yet dead, you still have potential in anything you want to do. Yes, if you're still alive, you can do much and you can achieve much. Failing does not mean, you know, people fail the first time, even the 5th time and the 6th time you excel. So if you fail, don't feel like it is the end of it. Wake up and work hard, and you'll be okay.
Yes, and give yourself as many chances as
Give yourself
possible.
many chances. You know, this heart, okay, I wish God angeka hii heart ikwetu ya just for breathing and maneno ya love angepatia another organ. Angepea hata mguu.
Unakanyanga ikirudi unakanyanga.
Today unasema, mimi I hate all men, the following day umependa tena.
Yes.
But it's in life.
It is in life. But me to wish you, all I'm gonna do is wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And thank you for being vulnerable. It's not easy to do. It's not an easy thing for you to come and even share your story. And I just hope doors open up for you. Your kids are still very much young with a bright future ahead of them. So I can only hope that doors open up for you. And I wouldn't even add to more than what you've already said. As long as you are alive, there is a reason. So keep pushing. Kama hatuja kuweka pale chini, keep pushing. So may God guide you towards this journey. Divinah, online Swahili teacher. All right, guys. So
Thank you.
I would really want to get your views on today's conversation, but once again to thank our guest for having shared this story with us. I always say sometimes when our guests sit here, they are the bravest because they get to be vulnerable and they get to share your stories in the aim that you can also pick some few lessons here and there. Yeah, I'm sorry, sauti yangu bado ijarudi, still struggling with Homa, but I would love to hear on the comment section, guys, what has been your experience? Matters love, and what message do you have for Divinah and her kids? Most importantly, for us to elevate her the best way we know how, emotionally, spiritually, financially, whichever way, guys. May I always say, whichever way you feel is best to be able to elevate our guest, go ahead and do it. Her contact details are right here. Social handles are also right here. And of course, if you want to share, I would also want to just one day maybe sit with Joseph and also try to understand what happened. But I can tell you people, sometimes you really gotta learn people. People are not who they really say they are. They are not who they say they are. So you need to be taking your time. And also ukianguka, give yourself as many chances in life as possible. We are all bound to make mistakes. I keep telling you, no one is a saint. Even me, I will one day make mistakes na mtanirushia mawe, but I'm human, and so are you. But most importantly, what are we learning as we proceed in life? What are we taking? You know, what's the take home from all these conversations? So do let me know on the comment section. Also, if you want to share your story with us, our email is right here, info@lnn.digital. That's where we at. You can always send a summary of your story, and who knows, sometimes it takes long, but we will get to you when we are bound to get to you. So be patient. And of course, to thank my incredible team. Don't get to do this alone, guys. I am supported by an incredible team who gets to put this work together. Our director, camera person, and also our editors, we appreciate you. And if you're watching this without having subscribed, guys, you are doing an injustice to this show. Hit the subscription button, notification button on, and do not forget to like this video and share it with your friends. My name is Lynn Ngugi. Till next time, bye-bye.